My name is Mrs. Rogers, and I'm the German teacher here at Smartsmill, but I also teach a class of communication studies. And if you're watching this video, you have a student in my communication studies class. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing this year, and it all goes back to two questions. What is communication, and how do we know we communicated well? Here's a graphic that shows the basic parts of this thing called communication. There's a sender, there's a message. The message gets somehow shaped and coded, whether it's in words or in motions, okay, or symbols or drawings. There's a way of communicating the message, whether it's television or a written essay or a podcast or talking face to face. There's a receiver, and the receiver decodes the information, and they have to process it and understand it. And then we get feedback to find out, did communication really happen? And that's what we're doing in communication. We're trying this process out. We're figuring out how it works and how it works well and when it breaks down and what our favorite and best ways of communicating are. So what does this look like for students? Well, they get to choose a topic, and then they get to think about what they want to communicate and how they want to communicate it. Students will get to try out a variety of forms of communication, from giving speeches and presentations, creating podcasts and videos, and making posters and flyers, to writing. Students are going to need to organize their thinking about a topic, make choices about the best way to present the information, and then carry it out. There's a lot of flexibility and a lot of trial and error, and we'll learn by making mistakes and then doing things better. Ultimately, students will have a portfolio of projects that show their communication strengths. I'm always impressed with what middle school students can do with presentations, videos, art. But a great part of this course is also teamwork. We each can do certain things well and other things not so well. Students will learn from each other, and they will learn that they can rely on each other for the things that we're good at. This year's class will be a great success if we can work as a group, learn to trust each other, and complete projects together that bring out the best in everyone. Another thing this course will do is reinforce the rules that allow teamwork to succeed. We will have deadlines we need to follow. We will have rubrics with details we need to honor, things like the number of photos in a slideshow, or the length of a written story or a video. Many times, students will submit a product only to realize from the feedback that it is missing some important elements. And that's what drafts and feedbacks are for. I'll communicate to the students in class and through Schoology and through messages to parents and families that, oh, you forgot to add another photo, or you need another paragraph on your story, if necessary. And I'll communicate this information, and we'll coordinate about how projects and grades can be made the very best they can be. So please help me at home there to bring out the best in these students by reinforcing these messages and communications. Please check messages and follow the class on Schoology, and don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions about what we're doing. Now, I said earlier in the video that students get to choose their own topics, and that is true, but there are some larger lenses through which we're going to view those topics. First, we're going to explore visual communication. We're going to look at signs and posters and rooms, interior design, fashion, architecture, and all those things that you see. Okay, what does that all communicate? Next, we're going to try graphic design and advertising. So we're going to try to sell something through those same methods. Third, we're going to look at news writing and news broadcasting, so how to tell a story. Okay, and then we're going to explore music and podcasts and public speaking, which music, how music conveys messages. And then podcasts and public speaking is about how sound can convey all of the things we've been talking about all year long, how to sell things, how to tell a story. The syllabus for this course and all the information about it is in Schoology. And Schoology is a great resource. I put everything there as much as possible. So parents, help your students. And here's how you help them by just making sure they're present in class as much as possible. We're going to be positive and keep up with assignments. Okay. So you can see in Schoology if your student hasn't done something. And there are slideshows and videos in Schoology about how to do things. And of course, you can reach out to me. And there are lots of opportunities for feedback. Okay, so you'll be able to see those in Schoology. I type little notes, can even record notes if you like. If you're not understanding the information that I'm putting in Schoology or you can't find any feedback, let me know because there's probably some there. Late work is accepted according to school policy. Okay, just so you know, and I work hard to help students get things in. So last, this is how you can reach me. I'm happy to talk about projects, grades, or just in general if you have an idea. An email is a good way to reach me. There's a document in Schoology called How to Get Help from Mrs. Rogers, and it has some email templates in it for you or for your students in case they don't feel confident enough kind of just writing an email. So I tend to check email early in the morning and then immediately after school, but I don't check it in the evenings, please know. And I try to get back to emails within 36 hours. Now, I'm only at Smartsmill on A days, but that doesn't mean I won't get to your email on B day. It just means that I'm someplace else. I can still see email, but I'm going to try to get back to you within 36 hours. Okay, that's my aim. Well, I look forward to this year. I look forward to the products we're going to come up with together, and I look forward to your ideas and seeing what there is to communicate and what great students we have and what a great school and town and families we have. And I'll do everything I can to reinforce that. So thank you very much for listening and have a great start to your school year, our school year.